Welcome to Endless Love of God, a place of prayers and divine wisdom from Scripture to guide and protect your soul. Today, we're uncovering something truly fascinating, something that people might have noticed about you but never quite put into words. Have you ever walked into a room and felt eyes linger on you just a little longer? Have you heard people say, "Wow, you don't look your age at all"? Maybe they assume it's good genetics, a perfect skincare routines, or just sheer luck. But let me tell you something. There's more to it than that. The reason you look younger than your years isn't just about the outside. It's about something much deeper, something the world can't quite explain but can't help but notice. It's the light within you. It's the peace you carry, the joy that refuses to be stolen, the resilience that has kept you standing when life tried to knock you down. It's the way you live, the way you love, and the way you refuse to let the weight of the world steal your fire. In today's message, we're going to break it all down into 7 powerful truths. The hidden reasons why you still look vibrant, why your energy is magnetic, and why time seems to move just a little slower for you. We'll talk about the power of a light heart, the energy that comes from joy, the way fearless living keeps you youthful, and why those who keep growing never really age. But more than that, we'll explore something even deeper, the greatest secret of all. The one thing that can make you shine from the inside out, no matter what the calendar says. So I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this message, because the final point we'll discuss today is the most special of all. It's something that has nothing to do with creams, routines, or diets, and everything to do with the very essence of your spirit. You don't want to miss it. Let's get started. Hidden reason number 1, a light heart keeps you young. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who just looks weighed down by life? You can see it in their eyes, in their posture, even in the way they speak. They carry their burdens like heavy chains, and over time, those chains start to show on their faces. Wrinkles deepen, shoulders slump, and their energy feels old. Not because of age, but because of the weight they refuse to let go of. But you're different. There's something lighter about you, something freer. And that's one of the biggest reasons why you look younger than your years. See, most people don't realize that resentment, bitterness, and unforgiveness physically age you. When you hold on to past hurts, your body stays in a constant state of stress. Your muscles tighten, your heart rate increases, and your face starts to carry the tension of everything you haven't released. It's like dragging a heavy bag of rocks through life. Eventually, it wears you down. But you've chosen a different path. Maybe you don't even realize it, but somewhere along the way, you made a decision. I'm not going to let my past define my future. I'm not going to carry what doesn't serve me. And that choice, that freedom, is why you glow in a way that no skincare product ever could. The Bible makes it clear. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. God never intended for you to carry all that weight. He didn't create you to live in stress, resentment, or regret. He created you to walk in peace, in joy, and lightness. And when you do that, when you truly let go of the things you can't control, you don't just feel younger, you look younger. Think about the happiest people you know, the ones who laugh easily, who forgive quickly, who don't dwell on the past. They seem almost untouched by time. That's not a coincidence. That's the power of peace. That's the beauty of a light heart. And listen, I know letting go isn't easy. Forgiving isn't always simple. But here's the truth. When you refuse to let go, you don't trap the other person, you trap yourself. You keep yourself stuck in a moment that's long gone, while the rest of the world moves forward. But when you choose to forgive, when you choose to release it, you free yourself. You step into something new. And that freedom, it shows. So if you've ever wondered why people say you have a youthful glow, why strangers assume you're years younger than you are, this is one of the reasons. You've chosen to walk lightly, to let go, to trust God, instead of carrying burdens you were never meant to hold. And that, my friend, is a beauty secret no cream can match. Hidden reason number 2, joy and laughter are your strength. Now let's talk about something simple but incredibly powerful, your smile. Have you ever noticed that some people just seem magnetic? You don't even have to know them, but something about them draws you in. Their energy is warm, inviting, full of life. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find that there are people who smile often. See, you smile more than you frown. You laugh even when life isn't perfect. You find reasons to be joyful, even on the hard days. And whether you realize it or not, that simple habit is keeping you young. Science even backs this up. When you smile, your brain releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, all the feel-good chemicals that lower stress, boost your immune system, and even keep your skin glowing. Smiling literally tells your body, hey, everything's good, and your body responds by thriving. But more than that, the Bible tells us the same thing. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Did you catch that? Joy is medicine. It's healing. It doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you look. Think about the people who are always frowning, always complaining, always finding something wrong with the world. They may be young in years, but their energy feels old. Their presence feels heavy, and their faces carry the weight of their worries. And it's not just perception, it's reality. Studies have shown that chronic stress and negativity literally accelerate the aging process. But you've chosen joy. You've chosen to focus on the good. You've chosen to laugh, even when life doesn't go according to plan. And that choice, that mindset, it's one of the most powerful reasons why you still look vibrant, why your energy is refreshing, why people can't quite put an age on you. And listen, I know what you might be thinking, but life isn't always easy. How can I be joyful when I'm going through so much? And you're right, life isn't always easy. There will be hard days, painful seasons, moments that test your faith. But here's the secret. Joy isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about knowing who holds your future. When your joy comes from God, it isn't dependent on circumstances. It isn't stolen by disappointments. It doesn't fade when life gets tough, because you know, really know, that God is still in control, that His plans for you are good, that no matter what happens, you are held in His hands. And that, my friend, is why you smile the way you do. That's why your face shines, why your presence is warm, why people feel better just by being around you. You don't just look younger, you radiate something that can't be explained. So keep smiling, keep laughing, keep choosing joy, because every time you do, you're not just changing your day, you're changing your life. And the world? Oh, the world notices. Hidden reason number 3, you live without fear. Let me ask you, how many people do you know who are stuck? Stuck in the same routine, the same mindset, the same place they've been for years? They dream about change, but they never take the leap. They want more, but they never reach for it. And if you ask them why, their answer will almost always be the same: fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what people might say. And here's what fear does. It ages people. Not just mentally, but physically. Stress, anxiety, and worry wear the body down faster than time ever could. You can see it in the way they walk, in the way they hesitate, in the way their energy feels heavy. But you don't live like that. You refuse to let fear control your life. You move forward even when you're afraid. You trust that whatever happens, God is still in control. And that kind of boldness, that kind of freedom, it shows. The Bible is clear on this. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. God didn't create you to live small. He didn't design you to shrink back, to hesitate, to let fear hold you prisoner. He created you to step forward, to take risks, to trust Him, to live fully and freely in His purpose for you. And when you do that, something shifts. Your posture changes. Your energy changes. The way you carry yourself changes. People who live without fear walk differently. They move with confidence, with assurance, with peace. They don't let life make them small. And that kind of presence, it's ageless. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem alive no matter how old they are. I guarantee you, they aren't the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who took chances, who said yes when everyone else hesitated, who followed their dreams, their purpose, their calling, despite the risks. That's you. You live boldly. You don't let fear steal your opportunities, your experiences, or your joy. And that, my friend, is one of the most powerful reasons why you look younger than your age. Because fear is weight, and you have chosen to put it down. Hidden reason number 4, you keep growing and learning. Now let's talk about something that most people completely overlook when it comes to aging: your mind. See, a lot of people think that aging is all about what happens to the body, but the truth is, the fastest way to grow old isn't just in the body, it's in the mind. You've seen it before. People who gave up on learning, who stopped being curious, who settled into the same patterns year after year. It's like they just stopped growing. They stopped asking questions, stopped trying new things, stopped challenging themselves, and over time their energy started to fade. But you're different. You've never stopped growing. You keep learning. You stay curious. You embrace new ideas, new challenges, new opportunities. And that right there is why your mind stays sharp, why your energy stays fresh, and why people can't quite put an age on you. The Bible speaks to this so clearly. The wise will hear and increase learning. Proverbs 1:5. God designed us to grow, to expand, to keep moving forward. When you keep learning, when you keep challenging yourself, you stay engaged with life. And when you stay engaged with life, your spirit doesn't grow old. Science even proves this. Studies show that people who keep learning, whether it's reading, picking up new skills, or simply staying open to new experiences, age slower. Their brains stay sharper, their energy stays higher, and their bodies don't break down as quickly. And that's exactly what's happening with you. You've refused to become stagnant. You've refused to just exist. You're still growing. You're still becoming. And that keeps you alive in a way that most people will never understand. Think about the people who seem the most vibrant, the most ageless. They aren't the ones who just go through the motions. They're the ones who are always learning, always exploring, always reaching for more. And that's you. You don't just let life happen to you. You chase it. You embrace challenges instead of running from them. You push yourself to be better, to know more, to grow deeper in wisdom and faith. And because of that, you radiate something different, something youthful, something alive. And listen, this doesn't mean you have to do something huge or life-changing every day. It's not about taking big leaps all the time. Sometimes it's just about staying open, open to new ideas, open to new experiences, open to becoming more of who God created you to be. That's why you look younger than your years, because you've never stopped growing. And that, my friend, is the real secret to staying young. Hidden reason number 5, you live with purpose and passion. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up excited for the day ahead? Not just going through the motions, not just surviving, but actually feeling energized because you know your life means something. Because that right there, that passion, that fire, that sense of purpose is one of the biggest reasons why you still look so young. See, people who lose their sense of purpose age faster. It's not just a feeling, it's a fact. When someone no longer has something to strive for, something that excites them, something that makes them feel alive, their energy shifts. You can see it in their faces, their spark dims, their body slows down, their presence feels tired. But you have purpose. You have something that keeps you moving forward, keeps you growing, keeps you engaged with life. The Bible tells us this truth so clearly. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. God designed you for something greater. He placed dreams inside of you. He gave you a calling. And when you walk in that calling, when you wake up each day with a sense of mission, it fills you with life. Look around at the people who seem ageless, the ones who have that light in their eyes, that energy in their step. They aren't just existing. They aren't just waiting for life to happen to them. They're fully engaged. They have a reason to get up in the morning. And that's you. You're still dreaming, still creating, still believing that God has more in store for you. And that right there, that's why you don't just look young, you feel young. Because purpose fuels life. So keep chasing after what sets your soul on fire. Keep walking boldly in your calling. Because every time you step into the passion God placed inside you, you're not just fulfilling His plan, you're keeping yourself vibrant, radiant, and unstoppable. Hidden reason number 6. You choose peace over stress. Let's be real, life can be overwhelming. Bills pile up, responsibilities press in, people disappoint us, and unexpected struggles come out of nowhere. And yet, you don't let it break you. You don't let stress consume you the way so many others do. You've learned the power of peace. You've learned that no matter what happens, no matter how chaotic life gets, you can rest in the fact that God is in control. And that, my friend, is why you don't just look younger, you feel lighter. The Bible is crystal clear about this. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14. Stress is one of the biggest accelerators of aging. It shows up in the lines on people's faces, in the exhaustion in their eyes, in the way their bodies slow down under the weight of everything they're carrying. But you've made a different choice. You've chosen faith over fear. You've chosen trust over control. You've chosen to release what you can't change and to rest in God's promises. And because of that, you carry yourself differently. Your spirit feels lighter. Your presence is calm, steady, unwavering. Have you ever met someone who just radiates peace? They walk into a room and you can feel the difference in their energy. They don't get shaken by every little problem. They don't let stress steal their joy. And somehow they always look so fresh. That's you. You don't allow the storms of life to live inside of you. You might go through difficulties, but you don't let those difficulties define you. And that, right there, is what keeps you youthful in a way no anti-aging product ever could. So if you've been wondering why people keep telling you, you just seem so peaceful, so full of life, this is why. You've mastered one of the greatest secrets to looking young, choosing peace. And trust me, the world notices. Hidden reason number 7, you are resilient. You keep rising. Now let's talk about something that really sets you apart. Something that most people don't even realize is keeping you young. You don't give up. Life has thrown storms at you. You've been tested. You've faced disappointments, losses, heartbreaks. You've had moments where you wondered if you could keep going. But you did. You got back up. You kept fighting. You kept believing. And because of that, you don't just look young. You radiate strength. The Bible tells us exactly why. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. Do you know what happens when people give up? It shows in their spirit. They lose their fire, their light dims, their energy ages because they've let life defeat them. But you refuse to let life break you. You refuse to let your past define your future. You refuse to be bitter, to be defeated, to be weighed down by what could have been. And that's why you glow the way you do. People may not always understand it. They may look at you and wonder, how do they still have that energy, that joy, that passion for life? But you know the truth. You chose to keep going. You chose to trust God. You chose to believe that your best days aren't behind you, they're still ahead. And that choice, it's not just keeping you young, it's making you unstoppable. So keep rising, keep fighting, keep walking in faith, peace, and purpose. Because no matter what the world says, no matter what the calendar says, your spirit is unbreakable. And as long as that fire burns inside of you, you will never truly grow old. So now you know. The reason you look younger than your age isn't luck, and it isn't just good genetics. It's something much deeper. It's in the way you live, the way you love, the way you refuse to let life steal your fire. You've chosen light over heaviness. You've chosen joy over stress. You've chosen faith over fear. You've chosen to keep growing, to keep loving, to keep believing. And because of that, you don't just look younger. You radiate something that time can't touch. The world may try to tell you that youth is found in creams, routines, and anti-aging treatments. But you know the truth. It's found in the spirit you carry, the peace that lives inside of you, the fire that refuses to fade. So the next time someone stops you and says, "What's your secret?" just smile, because you know the answer. And let me tell you something. God isn't done with you yet. The best is still ahead. The life in you, the purpose inside you, it's still growing. It's just still moving, still shining. So keep walking in faith. Keep choosing joy. Keep stepping boldly into the future, knowing that as long as your heart is on fire for God, you will never truly grow old. Now, if this message blessed you today, if it reminded you of the light inside of you, I want to invite you to be part of this journey with us here at Endless Love of God. This channel is all about encouraging your faith, strengthening your spirit, and reminding you of God's endless love for you. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if this message spoke to you, if you felt that deep yes in your spirit, take a moment to hit that like button, not just to support the channel, but as a declaration that you're choosing faith over fear, joy over stress, and a life that radiates light. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 7 hidden reasons spoke to you the most? How have you seen God's peace, joy, and purpose keep you young in spirit? Let's build each other up in faith. Thank you for being here. Thank you for shining your light. And remember, as long as you walk with God, time will never define you. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.